Hi everybody, thank you for joining me on this video. What I'm going to be doing here is correcting a problem which I've got with my gas burners, which is that they don't produce the sufficient gas or the right pattern for the particular hob, that the particular gas burner that's being used. So you can see the central hob on there. That should be having two layers of gas, one from the outside and one from the inside, and it's just not got that just now. It's very, very weak. The other ones are all working quite nicely, but it always concerns me that that one day I might find that the gas doesn't light, it's producing gas, but it's not lighting. So I'm going to fix that today. Now, one thing I bear in mind is that even though I'm fixing this, you may find this may way be out of your expertise scale. So, if it is, then do get a professional in, such as a gas engineer, to check this. Now, look at the lights on here. You can see all the gas is quite consistent of burn on that. So you're probably wondering what's the problem. Well, when you're cleaning these the debris can block the injectors, the gas injectors. And as you can see, these are all working quite nicely. They've all been cleaned recently. Now this one is a lot weaker. That should be the most powerful burner I've got. And now you can just see it's struggling to light the inner aspects as well. So that's the problem there, is that central burner, the one which ironically requires the most heat. So I'm going to repair that, but also I'm going to show you how the other ones work as well. As I said, be very careful. We're going to be using chemicals, we're going to be using techniques, and you may not have all the tools, but just be aware that don't get yourself into problems here. Really, all of these gas appliances are slightly different. Although this works on my Neff, it may not be suitable for yours. So here we've got the little lid on the top, and what does that do? It's not there for only just for aesthetics. It diverts the gas. There'll be a hole underneath that where the injector produces gas, and the gas will come up and hit against that and disperse outwards. And it's a bit hot here, so I'm just putting this on. It'll disperse outwards onto this silver rolling bit there, and you can see all the little channels. When that gas comes off that central injector there, you can see it right in the center. It pushes up, goes through the hole in that bit that's rolling around, and then hits the cap at the top, and then all the gas diverts outwards into the path of the little igniter there, which is white. Now, when you're doing this, you want to switch off your electricity supply, disconnect that igniter, just in case you lean on it accidentally when you're cleaning up. We're going to be using some flammable products, so we do not want you damaging yourself or burning yourself badly with this. We just want a nice, easy life. So here I'm using a 7mm hex socket, and it has to be a hex. It must be a 12 point. It must be a gator or anything like that, because that will tear apart the most likely it's going to be made out of copper. This copper injector. So go for a 6 unit one. And the other thing to mention is, see that in there, that area needs to be nice and clean before you go in. So you might need to blow it out or use the vacuum cleaner, suck it out, make sure there's no debris coming in. Look at the cap. The cap here has got a little bit of rust on it, and as I said earlier on, one nice smooth flow of gas. There's the little injector there, and that's where the gas comes through. And this sometimes gets clogged by food debris, so what we want to do is clean it using a pin. Just pop it in. Sometimes the residue fat gets so clogged up it actually impedes that. So what we need to do is we need to drop it into a cleaner such as a isopropyl, I believe is one. But here I'm using nail varnish remover, which is acetone. Acetone just dissolves through this dense fat very, very easily. So what you do is get yourself a cup of tea and drop that into the acetone, let it all soften up, and then use a pin to poke through the hole and loosen it. Don't damage it, because remember it's very, very soft copper. Clean it up, dry it up, pop it in. Look at the one I'm looking at just now. I'm looking at that center one, which is the one that used for wok. As we've said, it's the hottest one. And look at the caps on it. These caps, as I said, are important to divert the gas through. Another thing which will also divert the gas through onto the path of the igniter is the saucepan above, which is sitting above. Any gas which is unburnt will bounce back and light and start the combustion process nicely. So here I'm just pointing out to this the inner part where all the food gets blocked in, and we're going to have to go and clean all that out. Okay, so Again, I'm going to mention, be very, very careful with gas. This is a dangerous substance. If you're not sure what you're doing, don't do it. These, as I said, these units need to be serviced every year. Now, we're going to go back and then we're going to show you how dirty that bit underneath that gas hob can go in a few seconds. So let's just get ready for that. Okay, here we go. Lifted it off and look at that. It's full of grease and debris. That needs to be lifted out first. We don't want any particles going, when we remove that injector, we don't want any particles going down into that area because that's just going to be absolute hell to get cleaned. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some acetone into this area. Do not cover up the nut, the injector nut, because that will be a disaster, bringing bad stuff in there. Here we've got that one of the outer covers, which you can see is corroded, and I've got this little copper brush, a brass brush. It's a little bit delicate, more delicate than the hard stainless steel one. It's going to brush away all that rust. And same over here. Later on, I may decide to spray that once I find the appropriate one. Look at the gas now. Once we've cleaned all that, put it back together. Look at the quality of the burn. It's absolutely fantastic, and a big difference from the one before. Okay, I hope that will help